Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today. And, Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, and these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Now the play fake. Right down the middle. He makes the catch. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
Well, you love to see this offensively on the first drive of the game. Your quarterback taking a shot down the middle of the defense, finding a guy for a big play.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Looking downfield on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They just keep firing. Got his man on the outside. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That play looked as if it had a chance to be productive, but the open field tackle stopped it.
And it's tough to get a running back one-on-one on the ground in the open field. You want guys swarming to the football to try to make that play, but understand that guy's a weapon. Good job by the defense seeing it, breaking on the football, getting him on the ground.
He'll off one deep down the left side. He makes a grab. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
3rd down and long is the hardest down to execute in football, but this offense made it look easy. Nice job being aggressive, making the big play down the field, and now set up in a position where they can go get a touchdown on 1st and goal.
The explosive play set the table. Now they got to serve the feast. Trying to barge their way in. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
And they talked about it this week with us. They talked about wanting to start this football game fast. Nothing like taking the opening possession, using your script to your advantage, and then getting closer and exerting your physicality, running the football in, off to a hot start for this offense.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And we've got a superb matchup to watch here, David. One of the best quarterbacks in the country, and how much will he be willing to challenge one of the best corners in the land?
Well, and it's going to be more interesting to me, Jesse, do they let him make a play? Like, does he choose to go after him and believe in his ability and believe in his matchups?
Oh, he's got some space. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
And that is picture perfect by this quarterback. Nice job running the option, seeing he's not covered. Nobody's taking him. They didn't play that responsibility, and he chews up yards and makes the huge play.
A big, explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. They get him down after he makes the catch.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. The play action fake. Quickly complete. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. The option look. The pitch. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got his man. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Looking to move the chains, they throw it complete to the left. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
And he made that look easy, but it's not. I think one of the hardest things to do is tackle these quick, shifty wide receivers in the open field. Nice job getting that sucker on the ground.
Off the play fake. Pressure coming. It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back. Fires to the tight end. Breaks into the open. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
Great job by the quarterback there. He saw the safety bite on the run fake. So as the safety comes running downhill, he now knows he has the slant throw to his receiver on the outside.
You love to deliver a punch on the first play of the drive. They've got it at the 46 on 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Using the quick game. Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a 1st down.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Fires to the big fella. He'll get it inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39 before he goes out of bounds. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend it.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big game. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business.
Wow, 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
looking to throw on first down. Fires to the tight end. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? From the gun, running back gets to give. There he goes. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. They've got it in field goal range, but they'll try to convert this third and long from the 20. Gets the back moving. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. From the left hash, he'll try to bend in a 37-yarder. Right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Well, I'll tell you, there are a lot of coordinators out there that would want to set up the shot, especially on the first play of the drive, maybe run the ball, and then a few plays later go play action, make it look the same before shooting it downfield. They just did it right away on first down, first play of the drive. If you get the matchup, you take the shot, and that's exactly what happened. Nice job.
And how about the aggressiveness of this defense? I love this. Don't let him get to the sideline. Kept the ball in the middle of the field, went after the quarterback right away like some missiles, and got him on the ground.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's second and 12. Wants to go up top. The screen, he can go. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
Power football with the run. He did not make it a stone wall on third down.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him, and get in the backfield and make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
They bring the punter onto the field now. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll field the punt. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll start this drive going to the air. Takes the easy completion. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Caught over the middle, it's Taylor. Gets it past the marker for a first down, and that's the way we will wrap up the first quarter. We're through one period, and these receivers are showing out big time. Take a look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. They've got a first down here to open the period. They'll give it to the back. On his feet at the 40. Open space at the 25. Strolls into the end zone for a touchdown.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And what a way to finish things off with that 51-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Claiborne. And the returner is stopped. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Back to pass on second down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if you can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And defense is about getting off the football. And when that defensive line can be disruptive, get in the backfield right away, and mess up those pullers actions on those counter plays, it can be really advantageous for the defense. Great job by the defense being hyperactive.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Under fire. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job being the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
And here comes the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. Motion from the wideout. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Makes the grab. It's Martinez. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
On the play.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
That's reeled in. It's Taylor. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
When you get man coverage, you definitely like taking advantage of the inside really quickly. Running a nice slant rack real quick, being physical, getting on the inside, quarterback putting it right on the money.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Out of the backfield, he's open. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Here comes the offense on second down. The give to the back. Find some fresh air. Oh, that move is going to leave them dizzy.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Working the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
From inside the 40 at the 37, it's first down. They'll send the back in motion. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his man down the middle. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Now on second down. Give to the running back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Johnson.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Now setting up shop in the red zone. To the air on second down. Gets it out quickly. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Defense with a chance to put a stop to this drive. Night snap coming. It's 3rd and 4. Trying play action. Grab near the sticks. It's Johnson. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now. And if they keep this up, this could get ugly by the 4th quarter.
So close to cashing it in for this offense. To the air on first down. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Just like to see the quarterback have a clock going off in his head, forcing him to get rid of that football. Can't take a sack on first down and goal-to-go situation and move your offense backwards.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He's got it and still on his feet. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. Right on target the first time. Now he'll try another from 24 yards out. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And that will extend their lead even further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Grabbed over the middle. It's Oliver. Makes the grab and not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Finding an escape route. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on 2nd and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy first down.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Complete to the right. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. Let's see how they set the tone on 1st and 10. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Berry. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. With the catch, it's Berry. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, thanks, guys. And through 2 quarters of ball, it looks like we're in for another fun one here today. And this offense has been the story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to start the 2nd half.
He'll put toe to leather and get this 2nd half started. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the offense takes the field ready to go back to work. Wide receiver comes in motion. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Quick strike complete. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Second down, he'll throw it. Punts it out of the air. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, first and 10. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
At the 44. That's a first down for the offense.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's first and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Just keep slinging it. Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down. And more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game. So you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him. He'll make those contested catches.
Guided out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 14.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting him get some positive yards.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the fullback. And he moved it slightly forward. Defense played it well. They're about to snap it for the 9th play on this drive, and they need a yard on third down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Man, I do not want a guy that will dance. I want square shoulders to the line of scrimmage, take the snap, secure the football, play physical, and fall forward. Nice job by that running back getting the first down.
It's first down from the 11. To the ground. He's got it again. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he'll take it in for a touchdown. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Splits the uprights. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Complete to start this drive. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Takes the easy throw in the flat. Turning it on! They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the 2nd half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Fires to the big fella. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
Good job reading the defense by the quarterback on that RPO fake. He waited to see how the defense was going to play the run. He saw defenders bite up close to the line of scrimmage, and right away he knew he had the slant throw right in behind it.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to keep it in the air. Wide open downfield. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a 1st down for this offense. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Got a man in the middle. Makes a grab at the 6-yard line. It's 1st and goal. He is dealing on this drive. Completed all 5 throws, and now they have 1st and goal.
And who needs balance when you got a guy like this? You trust him, getting the ball back in the pocket. The ball's coming out, spreading it around the field. Nice decision-making. This drive has been surgical for this QB.
A 1st down run on the doorstep. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
That was a great example of a running back toting the rock with conviction. There's not a lot of time to hesitate. If you see a split second, you see a hole, you've got to hit it right now. Nice job by the RB there.
How about this? A 2-point conversion coming. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He's got it. 2-point try is good as they build on this lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Right back to the well. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Makes the grab. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. They'll move the wide receiver. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Well, this guy is one of the best receivers in college football, and the defense knows it too, right? They've been watching film, and that time on 3rd down, they had him double covered. That's a big reason why that ball fell incomplete.
That incompletion is an engraved invitation to the punt team. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Pulls it in, it's Taylor. All the way out to the 38-yard line, it's a gain of 15.
Let's not complicate this. My man is better than your man. Find your matchups and go get it.
He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Gives it to the back on the draw. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll leave it with him. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward. That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
Kick is in the air. He makes the fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Here's a heat. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
So now it's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Flips it out on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there, and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You got to take shots offensively.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Connection to the right. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Rush is on him. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Looking to fire. Shoots it to the left. Working the big fella downfield and outside. Push down for the tackle.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
And that last completion left them short of the sticks. It's 3rd down. He's got him. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
He'll ride his man on the option. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Deep breath, right, man? You fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
2nd down after the offense recovered its own fumble. Goes to the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Man, I love that play by this corner. You know why? When you run the option and that thing gets spread out, your DBs have to commit to tackling. And how about the cornerback coming up, sticking his face in the fan, and making a play? You love to see DBs tackle like that.
Well, the running game got nothing on 1st and 2nd down. Let's see if they try the air on 3rd and long. Grab behind the line. It's Oliver. He stopped short of the sticks. They tried to pick it up with the screen, but they'll be facing a 4th down.
Nice job by the defense there on 3rd and long, just sitting back and keeping everything in front of them. They give up an easy completion, but because they were able to rally and make the tackle, now they set up 4th.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Fires one high and deep. Can't hook up on the long throw, and 4th down goes by the boards for this offense. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Nice move to keep running.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got it in the middle. It's Taylor. And it's in there for a touchdown.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Getting set for the point after.
On for the extra point.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the points come on a pass from 39 yards out. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out. It's Claiborne. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete to the right. He'll get it out to the 25. Not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a 1st down.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
The give to the single back. At the 35, he's open. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down.
A huge game. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and had a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
Might as well give it to him again. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not 30, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in the 4th quarter game.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The metrics tell you so often, go ahead, go for it on 4th down, and it pays off there.
And that just shows you the head coach's confidence in his quarterback to go out on a critical 4th down and execute.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
He'll pull it on the read. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. He'll pull it down. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. And he was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got a man. It's Oliver. They'll get him out of bounds and mark it at the 21.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll run the option. Now the toss. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
Rides the back on the option, the give. And the defense knew exactly where that 1st down line was, and they stopped him short.
Well, after the tackle now, that sets up 4th and 2. And these offenses, they practice for these types of situations. It's not like they just have quarterbacks sneak in their back pocket for 4th and inches. They've got plays designed to go and get this, David, so it'll be interesting to see if this offense wants to roll the dice.
Yeah, and most of the time, I'm rolling the dice. I'm going to be aggressive. And as a defense, you also know that, too. And you're ready. You're not caught off guard by offenses nowadays going forward on 4th down.
First down for the offense.
They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got the back over the middle. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
Firing to the right, complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.